even the match that I got ripped apart with Booker T, look at it right now and find one mess up, find one miss kick.
It wasn't a
find
bad
one
match.
punch,
It was the crowd. It was the crowd.
Find
It was
one punch that I throw that don't look like it's taking his head off. I mean, you just can't. So yeah, was it not a WWF type wide open match? Maybe not. But we wasn't talked to. And actually, I told you the story last time.
Yeah, right.
The WWF took the blame for it.
But it was
they
still
said Pat Patterson when because me and Booker literally started kind of arguing. And me and Booker have wrestled each other 1,000 times. So when that started is when Pat Patterson spoke up and said, wait a minute, stop. He goes, it's really our fault. He said, I do the main event. Pat Patterson does all the WWF main events, WWE main events. So he thought that Johnny Ace was doing me and Booker's main event and talking to us about what they wanted.
Right.
And Johnny Ace thought Pat Patterson was doing it. So it really was their fault, but we had Stone Cold come to us and tell us what we were doing. Mm-hmm. So guess what we did? What Stone Cold told us to do, because Stone Cold said so.
Right. But Buff, when you think about it, there were two guys in that ring, and Booker ended up doing pretty well for himself. He had a good run there. You should have been no different, man. They should have had that same opportunity. We all know this.
No different, bro. The bad part about it is even lately, and they haven't called me. I've called them twice. I'm hoping they call. I'm gonna try them one more time, and then if they don't answer the third time, I'm just gonna leave them alone. Yes. But I actually heard one night a couple of times where Conrad Thompson, he had taken up for me, kind of.
Yes.
And like saying, look, really, regardless of what we've done and heard and all that, how can you not give Buff Bagwell a second chance? How can you possibly not do that? When I heard this one night, it was actually him and Kurt Angle talking just 3, 4, 5 weeks ago. And I hear it, and it's them talking about me, and it was the truth. It was all the truth.
It was positive. Yes.
Kurt said it was positive, but it's a little bit negative on Kurt's angle, from Kurt's side, because but he told the truth. He said Bagwell showed up a little bit out of shape. He said he was ripped and shredded and all that. He said, but he showed up a little bit out of shape. He was a little bit gassed in the match and a little bit too quick. And so he wasn't quite, ready. But, still, do you fire Buff Bagwell over that? No, of course you don't. And so that whole thing, bro, was, I'm telling you, we knew it was over in Tacoma. We knew it was over there. It was done. It was history. And because of that, that's going to see I told somebody over the weekend that didn't know it. I said, do you know, a security guy started walking with me in Ohio that I didn't really need, because I was just because I speak to everybody. Hey, what's up? Yeah, sure. You want a picture? Yeah. Hey, all right. You're welcome. Thank you. Nice to everybody, like I always am. And I'm on my way back to the table from the bathroom. And all of a sudden I look over and a security guy is walking with me. I said, thanks, man. I appreciate you walking with me, And so we start talking, and he goes, and we get to the point. And I said, do you know where we were the week after Tacoma? And he was like, where? I go, Atlanta. He goes, come on. I said, all places. I said, I swear to God, bro. I said, now rewind and think about it. You're Vince McMahon, and you've bought WCW, and you've got Booker T and Buff Bagwell. You decided to be the first match of the invasion, and you put it in Tacoma, Washington, and the next week is Atlanta. Why would you not wait 7 days and put that in Atlanta? And the roof would have come off the Phillips Arena building. You know, the dome would have flew off if you did it in the dome. I mean, but instead we get booed out of the building, and I get told by Shane McMahon to not look at the camera as my music is playing. I said, Shane, have you ever seen one of my matches? That's all I do.
It makes no sense at
I said,
all.
bro, that's all I do is look at the camera, do a really cool entrance, give you a decent match, and do my little dance and my pose. I said, it's all I do. I said, so now you just took half my ball game out of the picture. So if you ever watch that match back, I'm off my game.
The second you got out there.
Out of the gate, bro. I'm off my game. I'm dogging people out and doing things I've never done before. And I'm not the heel. Me and Booker both got booed. They booed both of us the same equally.
Yep. Yes.
Shane McMahon got booed. Stacy Keibler got booed.
Yep.
Scott Hudson and Arn Anderson got booed. We all got booed. So this is something that was just flat out, straight up mistake or intentional attack on me and Booker. So they had a way out of saying, hey, look, we gave it a shot, it didn't work. And that's not true. That's not what went down, bro. The bottom line is they didn't give us a shot. They should have waited the week and done it in Atlanta. You don't make the first match of the invasion 5,000 miles away from the guy you bought the company from, when all you had to do was wait. Even if it was a 2-week or 3-week wait, you got an argument. 7 days, you don't have an argument. To wait 7 days and put me and Booker in a match together instead of getting booed out of the building in Tacoma tells you that I am 100% right. There's no way to argue that issue. And this is what I want to do on Conrad Thompson's show, to show that, like, Jim Ross did not like me and was not just doing his job. He called me and intentionally, now I'm not saying it was his idea. It was probably, may have been somebody else's idea, but his voice intentionally lied to me and lied to the world by saying my mother called. My mother never did call. It is a lie. And that just kills me that the world actually is weak enough to believe that. And to the point where I got asked about it so many times. Like I told you last time, I said, look, let's say the crazy old bat lost her mind and called behind my back without telling me. You still don't fire Buff Bagwell because his mother called. You warn him, you tell her to not ring their phone no more, but you don't fire him.
No.
I mean, bro, I had an 11-year career where I didn't make a mistake in the ring, bro. There wasn't a stumble. There wasn't yeah, go on in. There wasn't a mistake. There wasn't a mix up. But it was what it was, bro. It was just off the hook.
Just imagine that.
They literally, I mean, said, look, how did you guys, what did y'all do? And I said, how can you possibly fire a Buff Bagwell that's never stumbled on TV in his entire life and looked like a Greek god? How do you do that, bro? You can't.
Your fans, Buff, your fans are waiting one day, and they'll come when that Buff Daddy song starts playing, you'll come out from
That's
on the
it.
ramp, and it's gonna happen, baby. It's gonna
That's it.
happen.
Thank you for enjoying today's episode of the Chosen Life podcast. Go ahead and hit the subscription button below and the notification bell to catch all of our great shows. And remember to contact the Chosen Lawyers when you are ready for your next real estate and commercial transaction. Go to kormans.ca.